Hello, you beautiful soul. So glad you're here. Somehow, knowledge about the third eye has been, for the most part, obscured completely. If there was one thing I was going to teach anyone which could have the greatest impact on their life with the least amount of effort, with no financial cost whatsoever, where at the same time I could uncover something that's totally been hidden from 99% of people, it would be this.
You know, it's kind of wild when you realize this. Your pineal gland, that tiny little pearl in the center of your brain, behaves exactly like the technology we think makes us advanced. Let's slow this down. Because the moment you really hear this, everything about intuition, synchronicity, and knowing without knowing starts to make sense. Inside your pineal gland are microscopic crystals, actual calcite crystals. Now here's the interesting part. Calcite is piezoelectric, meaning it produces an electrical charge when pressure is applied. Now, does that sound familiar? It should, because it's the same principle behind quartz crystals used in watches. Quartz vibrates at an insanely steady frequency. That's how your watch keeps perfect time. Piezoelectric sensors in microphones and speakers. These devices turn pressure, sound waves, into electrical signals. Just like your pineal turns pressure, breath plus cerebrospinal fluid movement into electrical impulses. Semiconductors and computers. Silicone crystals in cell phones for receiving and transmitting information. Silicon crystals change conductivity based on pressure and energy. Your pineal crystals do this too, a biological transistor. Wi-Fi plus Bluetooth components. Yeah, those chips use oscillating crystals and resonance circuits to both send and receive information. So let's pause here and really ask the obvious question. If your phone can transmit and receive invisible signals through microscopic crystals, why wouldn't your brain, which has its own built-in crystals, do the same? It sounds sci-fi, but it's simply physics. Your pineal gland is essentially a biological radio. It receives frequency. It emits frequency. It interprets frequency. When you breathe deeply and the cerebrospinal fluid moves upward, and yes, I know it sounds like something out of a yoga textbook, that fluid literally compresses the pineal region. Pressure, charge. Charge, light. Light, signal. That is piezoelectric activation. In that moment, you're not imagining things. You're tuning the antenna. This is why you get chills. You suddenly see solutions. Synchronicities line up. Intuition becomes loud. You feel guided instead of lost. Because you're not just thinking, you're receiving. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. In electronics, crystals sit inside a circuit that determines what frequencies the device can tune into. In you, that circuit is your emotional state, magnetism, your thoughts, signal direction, your nervous system, bandwidth, your breath, activation switch, your intention, frequency selection. So when you create heart-brain coherence, you're essentially choosing the station, amplifying the signal, clearing the static, and broadcasting your reality. It's not magic. It's biology behaving like advanced technology. And honestly, it makes perfect sense. Why would we be surrounded by devices that mirror the very technology our bodies already contain, if not to slowly wake us up to what we are? We're the original Wi-Fi. We're the OG Bluetooth. We're walking antennas wearing sneakers. This is why intuition gets sharper when you regulate your nervous system. Why meditation brings clarity. Why breathwork creates visions. Why synchronicity accelerates when you're in alignment. You're not manifesting. You're broadcasting. You're not attracting. You're tuning. You're not hoping. You're receiving. Which brings us to the deeper truth. Your pineal gland is not just a gland. It's a technology, ancient, biological, spiritual, quantum, that responds to coherence. When you align your breath, your intention, your emotion, your state of surrender, the piezoelectric crystals activate. They light up. They resonate. They pulse like a tiny lighthouse in your skull. And the universe, the field, responds match for match. This is why guided coherence training works so quickly. It's not mindset. It's not repetition. It's signal calibration. When your inner circuitry is coherent, your outer world reorganizes around it. Because you're not just in the field. You're part of the field. You are the field. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your compassion. Thank you for those of you who are digging in deep and really getting in touch with your own consciousness. Thank you for being compassionate to yourself. Thank you for being exactly who you are. This was fun. This was a lot of frequency too. I hope it helps you as much as it helps me. Let's do this again tomorrow. I'll be here.